all of our paths to where we're trying to get to always converge back to the same place. Source, God. All of them lead us back to Him, the Creator. So we have to stop looking at each other as, what path are you on? Like, judging people. That's not how we're gonna get back to harmony, to love. We all want to find love. And love is confusing right now because of how we've treated it. So people are mistreating love because of how we've mistreated love. And the only way to get back to that place is to accept each other. And we have to accept each other no matter which way it goes. Hestia, come. It's, if this person has done wrong, they should be served what they did wrong. But that doesn't mean that we don't stop loving them and praying for them. Because that's exactly what we have to do. The justice has to be served in a way of correcting the immoral. But the immoral got there because of the evil ways that have been here for so long. But that doesn't mean that we stop loving them. We have to love them more so. We have to care for them more so. Because of the straying from our Creator. And we can bring that love that God has for us to those that have done wrong. Well, maybe their wrongdoings will start to shorten and shorten and shorten. Because they're receiving that love that they were always meant to receive, but got none of it. So how do we get there? Well, we have to correct. And we have to correct with love. We have to correct with justice. Because it's the only way for us to get back to the truth. We allow for the corrupt to keep on being corrupt. That cycle will continue. And we have to stop this cycle. We have to take it out and remove it. Because it's not supposed to be there anymore. And the only way to do that is by making those hard choices. Making those hard decisions. But no matter the outcome, and the beginning and the end is still the same. It's still love. It's still coming from a place of, we need to heal. We need to get better. And we've taken ourselves away from the challenges, away from completing the hard things. We've gone to this place of, oh, it's whatever. No, we can't do that anymore. By us doing that, we're taking away what we're supposed to do. Because in this existence, in this life, in this generation, we're meant to correct what was wrong. All of us. It is not one single person that is meant to do this. It is all of us doing it together. It's the togetherness that heals us. It's the togetherness that brings us together. It's our way out. But if we keep on thinking one will do all, as in one single person will do all, well, look what happened the first time that happened. And look where we are now. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. We had a person of Christ come here to show us the way, to show us what needed to be done, and we still failed. Because we're relying on one person to do everything. And that's not the way it's going to be. Come on, girl. This way. It has to be all of us. And all of us have to correct what has been wrong. But when we move from spirit move with Spirit. We know these decisions that are being made for the greater good of all of us. They're made to bring us to the place that God wants us to be. Encompassed in love, encompassed in joy, encompassed in bliss. Yet, I think we all instinctually know these things. We know that that's what has to be done. And yet we're still waiting. We're still waiting. It's why can't we just come together? No matter where you are on the pole of success, the pole of celebrity, the pole of, or the whatever the fuck it is, of entertainment, of whatever, stardom, what the fuck we are calling it nowadays. It doesn't matter. Because even if we change one person's life, even if we change one person's day, that means we're succeeding in the mission. We're bringing ourselves closer to the objective of what needs to be done. To cleanse this place, to clean this place up. From the soul to the root of all. The planet, the spirit, it all needs to be cleansed. Every piece of it. And it's the hard decisions that have to be made. Us uniting together is going to let us find these answers. Because when the minds come together, and there's more of us that come together, we will find so much more peace and love and joy. Because that's what's living in all of us. That's what's there for all of us. But we're so caught up in these other things, these worldly things, that's taking us away from making those hard decisions, from solidifying ourselves to know that this is what we have to do. This is what needs to get done. And if we don't have these types of conversations, which is just me really talking to myself, but that doesn't make a difference because it's still being put out there. God, the universe, angels, ancestors, higher beings of light, they are receiving these words. They are doing what's needed to put things in alignment for us to become enlightened, for us to become more aware, for us to complete what we have to do in the physical. We have to be able to speak to them as if they are with us, because they are. Just as you are listening to this on your computer, on your phone, wherever the hell you're listening to this on, doesn't make a difference. They are listening too. They're always listening to us. And especially when we direct ourselves to them, the respondents or the correspondence between us, it's clear, it's concise. But we don't do this often. We don't speak to them. We're so trapped in our ways. We're so stuck in so many things that's stopping us from being able to do all of this, to be able to connect to them. And that's fair, because that's how stuck the human spirit has been. But we're getting closer and closer to a point where if you don't see this, you're gonna get left behind. And we still all love you, no matter where you are in your progression. Because all of us are just trying to raise each other up. When we keep ourselves at a plateau of comfortability, and all the other people that are also on that plateau of comfortability, guess what? Nobody's gonna push each other. Nobody's gonna strive for more. Because we're just mulling around. We're just fucking digging our own graves at that point. How unhealthy that is to the body and to the spirit. Hestia, come. Come on. Come on, let's go. We have to be able to make a stand. We all know what's right. We know what has to be done. It's on us to do it. Nobody else is going to save us. That's what we have to realize. It's us and God that's going to save us. It's not us and them. Them are part of the reason why we're here. It's the wholesome reason. Well, that's not true. Because we made the decisions too to get here. They kind of just... they gave us so many options, and all of their options led to their fucking place. But now that the consciousness is rising and we're starting to understand that there's options besides the ones that they have given us, is how we're taking back everything. Is how we're bringing back what is supposed to be ours. And what is rightfully ours. Day by day, we have to keep chipping away. It's the only way to do it. We can't stop. Some days we'll fucking pick up that hammer and want to chip out at least fucking 85 chops, you know what I mean? But then there's going to be other days where we can only pick up 10, 2, 1. As long as you get one chop in a day, everything else is a fucking plus. We have to see everything in a positive aspect. We have to know that what we're doing is bringing us closer. And each day is going to be at different speed. We have to adjust to the speed that is there. And push through. And keep pushing through. And keep pushing through. We're all going to get there. All of us. In this life or in the ones to come. We will all get there. Because that is the beauty of our Father in heaven. He wants us all to be unified. He wants us all to be together. But destruction is part of the process to get the wholeness. Death is a part of getting ourselves the wholeness. And there's unexpected deaths and there's expected deaths. But it all comes from love. It all comes from knowing that justice needs to be served, that honesty needs to be followed through, that truthfulness needs to be understood. It's our way there. It's our way there. Thank you, everybody. Love you. And as always, enjoy yourself.